Area Mayor Pro Tem Russ Blewett, Barstow Mayor Pro Tem Julie Hackbarth McIntyre. We also have from the City Council of the City of Victorville, Councilmember Jim Kennedy, and from the Town of Apple Valley, Councilmember Kurt Emick, and also representing the business community from the Victor Valley African American Chamber of Commerce, we have Dr. Robert Gaines. So I'd like to thank them for joining me here today. We are here today to remind Governor Brown of a promise he made during the campaign, and that was to return power back to the local people and to us here locally. He's got a bill on his desk, SB 469, that he could potentially sign, and if he does sign, he will do everything to take that power away from us here locally. So we've gathered here today to urge Governor Jerry Brown to veto Senate Bill 469. This legislation is totally unnecessary and almost insulting as it attempts to take away authority from local municipalities regarding the land use decision-making process. SB 469 unjustly targets large retail stores and adds a new layer of burdensome regulation to local governments that we are forced to comply with. Here in Victorville, we just recently broke ground on a new Walmart Supercenter. This store will bring hopes of sales tax revenue, jobs, and opportunity for our community. Unfortunately, SB 469 would take away our choice to bring such a store to our community. SB 469 is about Sacramento politics and has no place here in the Victor Valley. We need jobs and we need opportunities. Because of this reason and many more, I strongly urge Governor Brown to veto and reject this poorly conceived legislation, Senate Bill 469. At this time now, I'd like to introduce the mayor from the Town of Apple Valley, Scott Nassif.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. Every city and across the state and across this country is looking for ways to make their community better. We're faced with unemployment, closing businesses, shrinking budgets, and homelessness. And the list goes on and on. Many of them are facing many of these issues in this economic downturn. In Apple Valley, we made some hard choices and we've made some easy choices. One choice was to support and approve construction of a supercenter. It was such an attractive choice for health, for our community. It was widely supported by our residents. Having a superstore in our community has meant jobs, revenue, and opportunity. We want to keep that choice. And unfortunately, SB 469 will limit that choice and make it nearly impossible to attract large retail stores in our community. These decisions should be made at a local level without state government interference. Local communities across the state want to keep local decisions local. We know what works best for our community, our friends, and our family. We're asking Governor Brown to veto Senate Bill 469. Thank you very much. Turn back to Ryan. Julie? I'll introduce Julie from Mayor Pro Tem from Barstow.
Thank you. Good morning. My colleagues this morning are giving excellent points, reasons why Governor Brown should veto SB 469. This issue is a land issue. There are decisions that should be made locally. The local elected officials, we're the ones that decide how businesses should look as we drive to work, what works best in our community, how we define the characters of what belongs in our community. The state of California should not be in the business of telling us, the citizens, where we can and cannot buy groceries. The state should it shouldn't determine one type of business over the other, particularly when we just need business in our region to help offset the deficiencies of jobs. We also know that we are uniquely positioned to identify ways to generate more jobs, economic activities. Unfortunately, SB 469 will only harm our economy recovery. We encourage Governor Brown to veto this legislation. It's only going to hinder, economic recovery and opportunity for our region. And I'd like to turn it over to the Mayor Pro Tem of Hesperia.
Good morning. Interestingly, 40 years ago, 1971, I had my first tour of duty as a mayor in the city of Baldwin Park, which, by the way, has built a Walmart and a Target. And this city, my city now of Hesperia, has a Target, a Walmart, and we're going to have more of them because we're going to be a lot larger city. We don't deserve to have a state of California tell our local people what we should and should not do. This would not have happened 40 years ago, because then we had a governor by the name of Ronald Wilson Reagan, and we had a legislature, although democratically controlled, it was a little smarter than the current legislature. In fact, a whole lot smarter. We're here to support the governor vetoing AB 469 because it's anti-competitive, it's anti-local government, and those elements are very important. We have an unemployment rate in this Victor Valley in all of the communities approaching 20%. And to have somebody as courageous as Walmart go forth, and we're proud to have them opening a new store in our city, which will generate hundreds of jobs, hundreds of construction jobs, and we're proud to have them. Governor Brown, we urge you to remember that you did spend a couple terms in Oakland as a mayor. You do know what local government is about. And it's not about the state legislature usurping local government's powers. Local government, there's more brain power in California at the local level than there ever has been at the legislature. And the legislature, and I always say this, has a combined IQ of about 120 on a good day. And that means all 120 of them. That gives them about 1 point apiece. And I think we need to send a message to the legislature that if you're going to keep doing this kind of crap to our cities, we're going to come after you, and I'll tell you exactly how we should do that. I think that we should consider taking this state legislature and making it part-time. There's a great play, 1776, that said basically, in one of the lines in there, it says, the people are not safe when the legislature is in session. And I think that's certainly true with AB 469. Governor, do the right thing, and the right thing is to support local government. I'll turn the time back to Ryan McCaffrey.
Well, again, we'd like to thank you for coming here today. Again, we'd like to remind Governor Brown of the campaign promise he made to return power to the local governments. This bill, if he signs it, would actually take power away from the local government, and so we strongly urge him to veto SB 469. Again, thank you for coming here today, and thank you to my colleagues who joined us.